Hi, and thank you for buying the Lark Snood kit. What you'll have inside is enough yarn to make a beautiful wraparound scarf like this. If you did want to make it smaller, I'll put a few instructions at the end of the video for edits that you may want to make. But here we go. So you open your packaging like this, and there will be these two little strings that are holding it together. You just need to snip those off, and then you will reveal the big yarn wrap. You don't want to start working from this. You want to unknot it, and then you want to start turning it into a ball of wool. So take one of the ends like so, wrap it around your hand, and I won't do that because it'll take about 5 minutes. So here's one I prepared earlier. Okay, that'll just mean that you don't get in a big tangle and get all stressed out. So this is a great craft because actually all you need is this and a pair of scissors. So what you're going to do to start, if you're a crocheter you might know this knot, but if not, it's a very useful knot. It's called a slip knot, and you make a little loop here, and then this is called the working yarn, so the yarn that's on the ball itself, and you pop it through the centre. So that is your first stitch. Then we do a second one, like so. Then we pass it through, and each of these are going to be about the size so that your 4 fingers can fit inside, so fairly loose, and they're going to be these little loops. So that's number 3, number 4, and number 5. Okay, so we've got this nice starting point. Then what you want to do is you want to place it on the table, and you want to put the ball of wool in the direction of travel. So we're going to be going from here on the right, your right hand side, and we're moving over to the left. So all you need to do is you need to take again the working yarn, and we're just going to be pushing it through those loops that you made, and again similar sort of size so that 4 fingers could fit inside. So let's make it, what I'd suggest actually is that you loosen it up a little bit. You don't want to be pulling on it and pulling these back and making them small. So I've got enough here to work with. So we're going to keep that. And you also want to keep them kind of nice and neat each time. Otherwise it's going to end up kind of going like this, which you've got to be careful of. It's very forgiving, this yarn, so if it is your first time doing anything like this, feel free to do this bit and then stop and then do it again when you feel a little bit more confident that you've got the technique. Don't stress out that you need to do it right the first time. So can you see these, and maybe I should explain a little bit better, that I'm using these like top little ridges, and those are the ones that I'm pushing into. So there's that one there. So what we've got there is 5 loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each of those loops has got a new loop inside. And you've now got a minute to kind of straighten them up and make them a little bit neater if you're not happy with them. Now we're going to move the ball in the direction of travel. We're going to make sure that we've got enough to push through so we're not pulling on the big ball, and we're going to do exactly the same again. So we're just pulling through a small amount, enough to fit 4 fingers through. This is the bit you want to be careful of. You don't want this to become too big. That's how you make that uneven shape. So doing that. And also where this yarn's twisted, try and keep untwisting it to make it nice and straight. That'll be for the best quality end product. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to now for the next maybe 10 minutes continue to do this, and I'll speed up the video so you don't have to watch and you can carry on. Okay, so I'm finally on the last row. I hope you've enjoyed making your scarf up until now, and the ending is quite easy luckily, so hopefully you're ready for that. So you just need to get so that you've got about 30 centimetres left on the working yarn. So those are my last 5 loops there, and then I'm just going to carefully pick up, and I might stand up, might be a bit easier, and make sure obviously it's not twisted. Place it on top, and then we're going to take this extra piece of yarn, and I'm going to find the first one. I'm going to go underneath, so through the back of the first one, and then I'm going to pass it to the last loop that I made, number 5. Then I'm going to go through number 4 and into the second chain here. Then I'm going to do the 2 middle ones, number 3, 1, 2, 3, then down through this 4th one, into this one, the next one, and the final one here and here. Alright, so that's basically just weaved in and out of the 2 stitches. You can just check the kind of the size that you like, the distance, make sure it's not too different to the rest of it. And then I'm going to just add a simple knot, and then I'm going to be tucking that in afterwards. So 1, 2. I don't need all of this, but I don't want to cut it right down to the knot, because what you can do is you can weave the ends in. So weaving in literally just means that you're just going to zigzag it through. And the good thing about this yarn is that because it's kind of felty, you can kind of use your fingers to kind of rub them together, and they kind of become one. So that's quite a good way of discreetly hiding it inside. Just pop that in, so and a little bit of a kind of like felting. Okay, then you might want to get a friend, cameraman, give it a bit of a tug. Alright, just stretch it out a little bit. I may need to just tidy that knot up a little bit more, but we'll hide it for now. Here we go, feel quite happy that that's got a good size. And then I'm able to pop him on, and I'm ready to face the cold weather.